Hey everyone, this is Ryan with thehomesteadconsultant.com. Today I'm doing a review of a product that I've been wanting to try for a long time because I'm always looking for products and little tips and tricks and things to make life easier on the homestead, to reduce work, and to really help you succeed and not get burnt out in trying to raise your own food and do things in a more regenerative way. So what I'm going to be looking at today is a nesting pad. These are synthetic reusable nesting pads, and they really solve the problem of nesting boxes getting kind of gross and also having to constantly put in new bedding into the nesting boxes. So they solve that issue in a very simple way, and they work really well. The people over at roostys.co actually reached out to me about this product, and it worked out really well because I've been wanting to try it for a long time. They wanted a review on it, and I told them that I was going to do an honest review, that whatever I thought of it was what I was going to say in this video, and that any positives or negatives were going to come through. And they felt confident in their product and sent it to me anyways. So this is a couple months later that I'm doing this review. I wanted to really wrap my brain around it, make sure that I had had a chance to really use it and abuse it and see how that turned out. So without too much more explanation, I want to show you not only the nesting pads in action and what they look like, how they function, talk a bit about that, but I want to talk about how I integrated them with my hens so that if you do want to use them, you don't have trouble with chickens laying eggs where they shouldn't. So here are our Roosties nesting pads. They are a plastic, and they've kind of got these pieces that stick up. They're a little bit pokey, but they definitely flex, and they're flexible. Our chickens don't seem to mind them at all, especially once they get used to them. These can be cut down to an appropriate size for your nesting boxes, so they come a little bit larger than a nesting box typically would be. So you can cut them to the exact size of your nesting box. Basically, they allow me to, whenever they get dirty, which is maybe once every couple of weeks, I'll just pick them up, knock them off kind of on the wall here. And that pretty much knocks out all the feathers and other gunk and grime that's built up on them. That's worked fine for several months. If I have a time at which I feel like they're really dirty and just need to be washed off, I can actually take them over to the hose and spray them down and let them dry out. So overall, I really love the product. It works really well. The chickens seem to like it. So the other thing I wanted to note is how to get the hens used to these. In my case, what I did was I actually left that far one with just the straw for a couple of weeks until they got used to it. And so they started, after a while, they started laying eggs in those two nesting boxes as well. But they favored that one for the first couple of weeks when I just put the new pads in there and kept that straw. And once they kind of got used to these, then I replaced the straw with that nesting pad as well. The guys over at Roosties are really good about customer support and response, which is awesome and a great reason why I want to recommend them. So I've actually reached out to them multiple times about their products. And one of the things that they said, they had a recommendation on how to get the hens used to these, was actually to put them in and then put the straw or the other nesting material that you would typically use on top, so that they were basically, they got used to that. And then you start pulling some of the nesting material out over time, which gives them an opportunity to kind of gradually get used to these. Obviously, chickens are creatures of habit, and so if you change something too drastically in their environment, they might do something like go lay eggs elsewhere. So I thought it was really cool that roostys.co, that through email, they were happy to contact me, respond right away, same day in every single case that I've emailed them about any questions I had, and that they willingly volunteered information. The other thing I wanted to say about Roosties, beyond just having great customer support, is that they provide really cool things. Like if you email them, they will email you a couple of booklets on raising chickens that are like the real nuts and bolts of how to raise chickens, which is huge as far as being helpful for new chicken owners. It seems like they are only putting out products that really fill a need in the market. And they're really careful about, as far as I can tell, about sourcing products that do a really good job, as opposed to just selling things. So it seems like they're being really, really careful about getting products together that are beneficial to their clients and really help, rather than just trying to sell products. So I've been really impressed so far working with them. I will leave a link with their information in the description so you can check out their website. And I think that they're looking at potentially adding more products as they find products that, like I said, really fill a niche or are needed, that do a really good job, rather than just selling something for the sake of selling it. So I've been very happy with them so far. I did get the product for free, but I've been really happy with it, and I can highly recommend them just because of their really good, really fast, American-based customer support. So thanks for watching. If you have more questions, feel free to reach out, put the questions in the comments. I'll respond to them. I try to respond to everybody who comments on these videos.